Hello and welcome to my new crochet channel. To start off, I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this little cocoon that I made. Hammock or cocoon or basket, whatever you'd like to call it. I like to put succulents in mine, but you can use it for pretty much whatever you want. You can use it for toys, for decoration in your kid's room, or just wherever around the house. It's just a really cute little accent. And it's also good for like a gift for like a baby shower or maybe a housewarming gift, because people love homemade gifts. So I'm going to show you how to make this today. It's very easy to make. I think beginners can probably do this. It takes about maybe 30 minutes to make. Could be a little longer. There's approximately 12 rounds in this project. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to show you the yarn that I used. So this is what I used, and it is a size 6 bulky weight yarn. Hope you can see that. Didn't use very much of it, so. And now I'm going to try making it with this bulky yarn. This is Lion Brand's homespun yarn, Hometown USA yarn, and the color I'm using is called Salem Creek. Let's see, and this is also a size 6, super bulky yarn. And I think this is actually a little bigger than this yarn, so we'll see how the cocoon turns out, if it'll be a little bigger or not. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. To start off with, I'm going to do a magic circle. So to do that, you're going to take your yarn, put it over your index finger, and then back around your middle finger like this, and then hold it, wrap it around, and then hold it, like that. And then take your hook under the tail here that we have, and grab your yarn from up here that's wrapped around your middle finger and pull through like that. And then you're going to do a chain, just like that. Okay, so pretty easy. If you don't want to do a magic circle, whoops, that's too difficult for you, then there are other ways. You can just do a little slip knot and then single crochet into that. So what we're going to do now with this magic circle is single crochet 8 stitches all the way around. So let's go ahead and stick our yarn in, grab your yarn, my hook in, grab your yarn, and pull through both of these loops that you have on your hook, and you've just created your first single crochet. So let's go ahead and do that again, and then you just did your second single crochet. There's 3. And as you go around your circle here, you're going to be moving your fingers as you go to give it more room. So we got 3 single crochets on there. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So we have 8, and we want to close off the rest of this. In order to do that, we are just going to simply pull this tail like so. Just tighten it and see how it closes up the circle. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain that we made of these 8 single crochets. So what I'm going to do there, to find it, I'm going to look for the 2 pieces of yarn, the 2 pieces on top. That's where you want to go under. So you go under those 2 pieces of yarn on your first stitch. It might be a little snug, the very first stitch, but after this one, it shouldn't be a problem. Oops, I got a knot in my yarn here. Okay, so go ahead and pull it through the yarn like that, and then pull it through this loop, and that's a slip stitch. Okay? So now we just completed round 1, and we have a total of 8 crochets in this magic circle we created. So the next thing we're going to do is round 2, we're going to increase. That means we are going to put 2 single crochets in every single crochet we just created. That will give us a total of 16 single crochets by the end of round 2. So let's go ahead and chain 1, okay? And then we're going to single crochet into that same stitch that we had slip stitched into. So 1, 2. We put 2 single crochets in that stitch. And then we'll put 2 in the next stitch. 3, 4, 2 more in the next stitch. 5, 6. Okay, and I'm going to just continue that all the way around the circle until I have a total of 16 single crochet. And I do tend to crochet pretty tightly. Everybody's tension varies though. So just whatever makes your work look neat, whatever you like. Okay. On 11 and 12. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got 16 stitches, and that completes round 2. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch that I made of this round. Okay, just like we did in the first round. And that completes round 2. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to go ahead and start on round 3. This time for round 3, we're going to continue to increase. So we just did 8 in the first round, 16 in the second round, and then in the third round we're going to do 24 stitches total. So we will do 2 stitches in the 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 in the next, and we'll repeat that all the way around. That'll give us a total of 24. So let's go ahead and increase. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just a little side note here. As you can see, I've got a kink in my yarn. That's where the 2 pieces of yarn have been tied together. And this is pretty common in most brands of yarn. I'd say every brand of yarn. So you can just crochet right over top of that. And if it still fluff sticks out a little bit, then you can just trim it at the end of your project. So yeah, anyhow, you can watch what I do with that. Just slip it on in there, and then I'll just tuck it down so I can crochet over top of it. See? Okay. And then there we go. And then moving right along here. Alright, so we are done with round 3. We just completed our 24th stitch, and now we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, just the same way we've done in the previous rounds. Okay, and there we go. Alright, so now round 4. Let me see here. We're going to do some increasing, but it's going to be a little different this round. So what we're going to do this time, let me just show you real quick. We're actually going to increase in the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet in each of these next 20 stitches after that, and then in the final 2 stitches we will do two more increases, so 2 in the stitch and 2 in that one. So the first 2 and the last 2 will have increases, and the 20 in between will just be 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so go ahead and chain 1. Let's do 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 2 single crochets in the second stitch, and now we're going to single crochet to the next 20 stitches. So 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and we're at the last 2 stitches, so we're going to go ahead and put 2 single crochet in this stitch and 2 single crochet in that one. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch of this round. And we just completed round 24. We now have 28 stitches here. Okay, so there's 28 stitches, and then for round 5, this is going to be a nice easy round because we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each of these all the way around. So it's going to be a total of 28 stitches again at the end of round 5. So go ahead and chain 1 and start off. Go ahead and do 1 all the way around. Lots of kinks in my yarn. It happens. Alright, if I can get it undone here, that would be great. Okay, there we go. So we already did 1, 2, 3 stitches 25, 26, 27, and 28. Okay, so let's go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. And we just completed round 5. So now we're going to move on to round 6. And in round 6, we are going to be increasing again. It's going to be a lot like what we did in round 4. So what we're going to do is increase in the first 2 stitches. Okay? And then we're going to single crochet in the next 24 stitches all the way around. And then in the last 2 stitches of the round, we will do increases in each of those. Okay? So I'll go ahead and chain 1, 2 in the first stitch, 1, 2, 2 in the next stitch, 1, 2, and now we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 24 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have pulled my yarn out from the middle, but I didn't this time, so now I'm constantly having to unroll it. Okay. So where was I? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay. So we have 2 stitches remaining, and we're going to increase in both of those. So 1, 2, 1, oops, 1, 2. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and single crochet into the first stitch from this round. And we just finished round 6, and we are also now halfway through. At the end of round 6, you should have a total of 36 stitches all the way around. So it's 36 stitches. Okay, and you can see how it's beginning to form that teardrop shape. So let's continue. For round 7, we are just going to simply do 1 single crochet in each of these stitches. So at the end of round 7, you will still have 32 single crochets total. So let's go ahead and chain 1 and work 1 in each stitch. 32. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, and that completes row 7. Let's see, and then in round 8, we're going to do another increase round. So let's see, just like the other increase rounds we've done so far, we are going to do 2 stitches in the first 2 stitches of the round. So we're going to increase 1, 2, and then we're also going to do 2 stitches in the last 2 stitches of the round. 1, 2. Okay. So that means we will have, let's see here, 28 stitches that will be single crocheting. So what we're going to do is increase, increase, 28 single crochets, and then 2 more increases. And that'll give us a total of 36 stitches by the time we're done with round 8. So chain 1, and let's do 1, 2 in the first stitch. Okay, and then we'll do 1, 2 in the second stitch. And now we're going to single crochet, just 1 single crochet in each stitch of the next 28 stitches. So 1. I just did 28 single crochets, and now I'm going to go ahead and increase in the last 2 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that gives us a total of 36. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, and we've completed round 8. Now for rounds 9 and 10, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So it's just going to be 36 stitches in each round, 9 and 10. Now, if you want your basket to have more depth to it, you can repeat another row or 2 of just 1 single crochet in each stitch. If you want it to be a little smaller, you can actually just do 1 row instead of 9 and 10. Just do 9. So yeah, it's up to you. Whatever you're making the project for, you can change it a little bit, however you need, or you can just stick to doing it the way I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and start with round 9. So chain 1, doing 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Okay, so we just did 36 stitches all the way around, completing round 9. You can see the basket is starting to form. It kind of looks like an avocado half or something. It's cute. So go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch of the round and chain 1 and do it all again for round 10. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera died in the middle of everything. So anyways, we were on round 10 and we were just doing 1 single crochet all the way around in each stitch, which gives us a total of 36 stitches. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up round 10 right now. I'm at the last few stitches of the round. Okay. Go ahead and slip stitch. All right. And now we're ready for round 11. So let's go ahead and chain 1. This is going to be a decrease round, and so is round 12. So both of them can be a little tricky if you don't pay attention. So let me just go ahead and say up front what we're going to do. We're going to single crochet in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Okay, and then we're going to decrease. After that, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then decrease. And we will continue the 1, 2, 3 decrease. We'll repeat that for 4 more times. So it'll be a total of 5 times throughout the round. And then the last 5 stitches, we will just do 1 single crochet in. So that's how round 11 is going to be. So let's go ahead and get started on 11. Let's single crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to do our first decrease. So to do that, you're just going to stick your hook into the next stitch and pull the yarn through. And now you have 1, 2 loops on the hook. And then you're going to do that again to the next stitch. So stick the hook in, pull the yarn through, and you have 3 loops on your hook. And go ahead and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And you just did a decrease. So now we're going to go ahead and crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do another decrease. So go ahead and do that. And then we're going to repeat that 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3. Decrease. 1, 2, 3. Decrease. 1, 2, 3. Decrease. 1, 2. Come on now. 3. Decrease. All right. And now, let's see. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches left. Sorry, I got thrown off a little bit there for a second. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that completes round 11. And we've just got one more round to go after this, so that's exciting. So we'll slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, chain 1, and we'll get ready for round 12. But first I gotta let my dog in because she's whining. This is my little baby puppy, by the way. She's just a little princess. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Sorry about the interruption. So round 12, our final round. We are going to, let's see, so we're going to decrease again in this round. And see how it's taking shape pretty nicely. So in round 12, we're going to single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then we'll start our decreasing. Oops. Okay, so, whoops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. We did 4 single crochets, and now we're going to decrease, just like so. And this time, we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches and do a decrease. So 1, 2, and decrease. Okay, and then we're going to repeat the 1, 2 decrease 4 more times around. So let's do 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, and 1, 2, decrease. Alrighty, and that gives us 4 stitches left in the round. We're just going to single crochet in each of those 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so we're done with round 12, and that gives us a total of 24 stitches around that we just finished for round 12. So I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. Okay, and this is what we have so far. Next thing we're going to do is our little loop on the top, so we'll be able to hang it off of something. Okay, so for that I simply chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to just slip stitch back into the same chain space where I began the chain of 8. So just slip it on in there and slip it through like that. And then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work, because what I want to do is single crochet in each of these. If you want, you can actually stop the project right there if you're happy with that, but I like it to be a little thicker, so I'm going to single crochet in each of these chains that I created. Okay, so let's do that. And 8. If I can get in this last stitch here. There we go. Okay. And then at this point I'm going to just go ahead and slip stitch back into the beginning, where we had already slip stitched before and where we had started the whole chain. So slip stitch in there. Now, okay. So let me show you. At this point, I'm going to kind of mold it a little bit here, shape it out. At this point, you can either keep it like this if you're happy with that. If you want it to look a little more closed and a little more tighter, like this one, the first one that I made, then all you have to do for that is go ahead and slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. So that's quite simple. I actually wanted to try it without slip stitching for this one, but just to show you what I'm talking about, I'll go ahead and do it. So let me see, where am I at here? So you just slip stitch all the way around. You just pull your yarn through and then pull it through the loop. Okay, hook in, pull the yarn through and through the loop. Okay. The tighter you do these, the tighter it's going to close. Okay. So just slip in each one. I want mine to be kind of loose. Almost done. We're getting there. It's a pretty quick, easy little project. It's not too terrible. And I will post my written pattern for this in the link, the description below the video, for those of you who would prefer a written pattern. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me, and I will absolutely do my best to respond, because I definitely want to help you. Okay, so we're at the end here. I'm just going to slip stitch in the final space here. And there you have it. Cut that off. And pull that in there. Tighten it. And then if you want to go ahead and sew your tail in, you can do that now. I don't actually have a needle on hand, so what I like to do when I have that problem, because sometimes I'm kind of lazy, I like to just stick my hook through each stitch and just kind of weave it in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, and then once I'm satisfied with how far I've got the tail in, I'll cut it off. Okay, I think this is probably good. Okay, so I'm going to pull it a little tight. And I'm going to go ahead and snip that off here. Alright, so now this is what we're looking at. Cute little basket. You might need to shape it a little bit. I'll tell you a little trick too. If you want, you could use fabric starch to spray on it and mold it and let it set and dry for a little while, and then it won't really move. It'll just be like stuck in place. But anyways, you definitely do not have to do that. I know I won't be doing that, so yeah. Anyhow, so let's test it out with a little plant. We'll try this cute little succulent. And I think it looks gorgeous. Let's try a different one. I really love this one. I have a lot of succulents because I think they're so cute. So anyways, that looks awesome. I love that. It's so cute. I'll probably hang this one in my kitchen or give it away to someone as a gift. If you wanted to add more to it, you could add like maybe a tassel hanging off the bottom. There's plenty of videos online that'll show you how to do that if you want to just Google it or whatever. Also, I have seen other baskets like this online, and I've seen them wrap string around like this because I guess it makes it look a little bit neater. So if you want to like get crafty with it and add some extra stuff to it, and then go for it. Make it your own, customize it, make it all super cute. Look at the succulent in there in its little nest. It's Cocoon. How adorable. So anyways, there you have it, folks. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It was my first video, so hopefully nobody will be too harsh on the comments or anything. And yeah, just let me know what you think, or if you have any questions or anything like that, and I'd be happy to answer. And that's it. Thank you very much.